Okay, so I am I know this is a builder's call, but I can't resist doing this. I did this in Cincinnati. In fact, the Cincinnati hotspot. So I brought my projector and my laptop and my portable screen to do this study at the hotspot meeting to kind of show people the power of numbers. And so I feel really compelled to do this now. So this is more sales related. So what does this have to do about building? I think as you build your team, I think it's good for them to understand, understand what this study's all about. And I guess just on the sales side, because we don't make any money until somebody sells something to somebody, right? And so this is, you don't make an override until someone sells something. So I want to teach you how to look at these numbers, and this is in the agent resource folder, by the way. So it's in the work planning tool. It's the work planning tool, basically. So let's just cover this. I'm recording this. I want to make sure this comes out good because I want you to see what this tool will do for you. I originally set this up as a planning tool. So what this does, I have different sheets on this spreadsheet. And what this will do for you is to help you plan your work schedule. So there's different ways to plan your schedule depending on what your goal is. So, for example, if you're looking at making $8,000 a month, okay, well, let's just do something simple. Let's say you just want to make a couple thousand a month. This will tell you what you need to do. Yeah, you're a part-time. So basically, you fill in all the yellow items are your numbers. Okay, so let me just kind of take you through this so that you know how to use this goal planning tool for yourself when you're out there in the field. So how many weeks are you planning for the month? So this is like the number of weeks you're going to work in the month. And this is more related to the production month. So officially, we cut off the production on Thursdays. So it's Wednesday to Thursday, or Thursday to Wednesday, I mean. So if there are 4 Thursdays in the month, then that's a 4-week month. If there are 5 Thursdays in the month, like this month of March has 5 Thursdays, then it's a 5-week production month because we're on a weekly cycle. Now your promotions are based on the calendar month, but forever in the Alliance we did production months, production weeks. So this is still kind of in that mentality, but I just like to look at every week what you got to do. So let me show you what this tool will do for you. So let's say our planning month is a 4-week month, and let's just say you're at a 55% commission rate. So put your commission rate right there. And then let's say you want to, let's say you want to make $4,000 a month, so $1,000 a week roughly. So $4,000 a month of monthly income. So this is after all the numbers. So I'm going to show you where you put your numbers. So what this tool will help you do is refine better and better what you need to do in terms of dialing the phone based on what your actual numbers are. And if you don't have any actual numbers yet, then just use the averages for now. And then as you get better and better tracking what you do, then you can put your numbers in here. So it's very customized on what you do, okay? So in order to make $4,000 a month, you need to, your gross commissions need to be about $5,333.33, okay? And then what we do with that number, because it's the 75% advance idea, then the premium placed, you need to have $9,696.97 premium placed. So then you apply your 55% and the 75% advance, will get you 4,000 a month. So you see how you work backwards. So basically what we're doing is working backwards. Your goal is, I need to make $4,000 a month. Okay, so we're going to work backwards with what you need to accomplish in order to make that happen based on what your numbers are. So we're going to work backwards. So what is your placement rate? So placement rate is the premium you submit versus premium that gets issue paid. Now the average in the alliance is 75%. So let's just use the 75% average. Now I've had agents get as high as 90% placement rates because they really know their underwriting. They really are able to get the client to tell the truth during the appointment as far as their health is concerned. And so my top people I've ever tracked in my 18 years can get to 90% placement rate. But the average in the alliance, 75%. So let's just put 75% here for now. And then as you start experiencing yours, then you can adjust this number to determine what you need to do in order to make that income happen. Okay, so applying the placement rate, 75%, that means you need to submit to make $4,000 a month at a 55% contract. You need to submit on a 4-week month, $12,929.29. I know it's pretty exact, isn't it? Well, that's how the spreadsheet works. So basically you got to submit 13,000. Okay. Now, based on what is your average premium per app? Now, as you saw, you've seen all my spreadsheets. It's running right around 800. Okay. Now let's say you're in the sticks in Arkansas. Your average premium per app will probably be more like $650. Okay, so if that's your reality, then that's how you can adjust this to what you need to do based on where you are. But the average nationwide is about 800 per app. So you need to submit 16 applications per month. You see how it's starting to work down to what you need to do? Now, the average applications per home close is about 1.3. So, if you're just new, maybe you're happy getting one app per home. But the average nationwide is about 1.3. In other words, every other house you get, one house you're going to get 2 apps, another house you're going to get 1 app. Another house you're going to get 1 app, then another house you're going to get 2 apps. So it just kind of works out. So at 1.3. So in other words, in order to make $4,000 a month, you need to close 12 homes. Okay, so based on closing 12 homes, based on your closing rate, and the average closing rate is 55% since the dawn of time. All right, since my 18 years, it's about where it is. Of your sits, you'll close about 55%. So you apply your sit rate, okay, your closing rate, against how many homes you need to close, and so you come up with, you need to sit on, this is per month, okay, so you need to sit on 23 homes per month. Okay, so you need to close 12 homes per month, and then you need to sit on 23 homes per month. Okay, so the show rate, this is where it can really vary. The average show rate is around 70%. New people, because they're not good at tying down appointments, it's more like maybe 60%. I've seen really bad ones at 50%. It's really bad. We need to really work on that. But, let's just say 70% show rate. So you need to book 32 appointments per month. Okay. Now, appointment booking rate per contact. This depends on the type of leads that you get. Like if you're getting A leads, it's a little bit easier to have a higher booking rate per contact versus year-old leads, RW leads, and 3A leads, and AA leads, and R2 leads, 2-year-old leads. So this will depend on the type of lead mix and your skill. So 50% is probably more like 30% for, maybe the average person getting a lead mix. About 1/3 of the contacts you make, you're going to book. Okay, so let's just say 30%. So per month, that means you need to make 108 contacts, actually getting someone on the phone to book an appointment to make $4,000 a month. You see how this is, I'm getting very detailed here, but it's very important to be detailed so you don't, mess around. This is like, this is the ultimate in planning. So what I've typically found is the dial to contact ratio. In other words, how many dials you make based on making pounding the phone 3 times per lead. We found in our, just again, years and years, it's about 12 to 14%. If you're a better agent, that it doesn't really increase it that much. Like our better agents maybe get a 17% contact rate because they can't make someone pick up the phone better than you because it's the other person on the phone. All they can do is dial at times where people are likely to pick up. So we found that your contact rate goes up if you're going to dial at 7:30 in the morning during work days. Now, a lot of people don't want to do it because they feel like they're going to make the people mad because they're dialing them before they go to work. Well, that's what our top people do. They dial them at 7:30 in the morning before they go to work because they're not expecting any telemarketing calls, right? But if a brand new person is scared to do it, well, then their contact rate's going to go down, right? Can't get anyone to pick up the phone. We got to look at when you're dialing, right? So I'm going to skew it down to 12%. So you see how many dials you need to make? Now you need a lead mix in order to do this. So I didn't really put this in here, but this shows you, given ordering leads every week, maybe you're spending $100 a week on leads, $100 to $200 a week on leads, because you take maybe kind of the rule of thumb based on submitted premium. So you need to do 12,000 a month, so that you need 3,000. So maybe you're spending $250, $300 a week on leads in order to do this. Maybe less. Maybe you're pounding the phone more. Again, it all has to do with the top lead mix. Will depend on your booking rate. Older leads, your booking rate might be lower, so you need more older leads. Okay. But the bottom line is it tells you that you need 897 dials, which is 224 per week. So you need to book 8 appointments a week. And I did it by haystacks. A haystack is, the 4 tick marks and a slash. That's a haystack because, we talk in haystacks. Okay. So do you see how this works where you can plan based on how much money you need to make, what you need to do, and then you counsel with your upline on your lead mix. Okay, so this is how this spreadsheet works, and it's pretty cool. Okay, so another way to look at this is submitted premium planner. So this is another way to look at it if you want to plan on. Oh, by the way, by implementing this game plan, you're eligible for a 65% promotion increase, okay? So by just working this plan and reflecting the numbers here, you're eligible, you're going to do enough premium per month to earn a 65%. So I like to feed that back in here and see what happens when you put 65%. Okay, so your work level is less. This is not really what I intended, but what is, if you want to stay at 4,000 per month and your commission rate goes from 55 to 65, obviously you do less work. So appointments required per week is from 8 to 7, okay? Anyway. Not really the point. The point is you could make more money, right, at 65% continuing on this path. But anyway, so that's how that is. Now, the submitted premium planner works the same way. Instead of income, it's like, man, if your goal is to submit a premium, I'm going to turn in, $25,000 a month. And I'm at a, okay, let's say you're at 75% placement rate. It's a 4-week month. So it works backwards from there. You average premium, average all these numbers. So you need to book 58 appointments per month. And then it takes you down to how many dials per week, 243. 15 appointments per week is what you need to make 25 grand a month, which, and that's 75% promotion eligible. So you're right in there. You're paying about $18,750. So this is more of a submitted premium goal. Some people want to plan on how much business they want to submit. Okay. So this is how you use the tool. However you want to plan your week, your year, your month, whatever that is. All right. Okay, so this is kind of in general how these spreadsheets work, but I want to really focus on this right here, the income analyzer. What this spreadsheet does is it shows you the effect, how much money you're going to make if you, based on what you do. All right, so this is more of a, how much can I expect to make? So this is more of an income model based on what your actual numbers are, based on your commission rate, how many weeks you want to work per year. So let's work through this. I'm going to show you how a small change in improvement across the board, it's sort of like the idea, if I can improve everything by 1% or 3%, the cumulative effect of improving in all the areas of my business in what I do as a salesperson can have a huge impact on your bottom line. All right. Some people think you got to make a huge change in percentages to make a huge difference, when in fact, it's a small incremental change along the whole process is where you can make a huge impact. It's the small incremental change that compounds over the process. So the 1% here, 3% here, 3% here, 2% here can make a huge difference. So I'm going to prove that to you by going through this income analyzer spreadsheet. Okay, so let's just take 55%er. They're working. So this is a weekly mindset. You're working 48 weeks per year. So let's say you take 4 weeks off. You take vacation, you take Christmas off. It amounts to 48 production weeks you take off per year. Like some of y'all work 50 weeks, or some of y'all work 36 weeks. Whatever it is, this is going to tell you how much money you're going to make. Okay, so let's just baseline at 48 weeks. So again, going back to how many dials. So this is really kind of based on how hard you're willing to hammer the phone. All right, so let's say you're willing to make $150 per week. Okay, that's what at let's just say 30 dials. That's what, 5 hours. 5 hours of dialing. You're willing to put 5 hours of dialing in, and then whatever happens, happens. So it really kind of starts from there. Because work in the business is picking up the phone. It's not going on appointments, it's picking up the phone to book the appointments. You can't go on an appointment and close an appointment and get something issued paid and get paid on it until you pick up the phone and book it. So it's at the most basic level of what you need to do right now to make money, and it's dialing the phone. So let's say you're 55% contract commission rate. You're willing to dial 50, willing. You should be willing to do whatever it takes, but okay, let's just work this out. So let's say your contact ratio is 12%. So that means you're going to make 18 contacts per week. Your booking rate, let's say your booking rate's only 25%. Okay, because maybe your lead mix or you're just not as good yet. All right, so that means you have 5 appointments booked. So let's say your show ratio is 65%. You're tied. You need work on your tied outs. Okay. So you're sitting on 3 per week. And let's say your closing ratio is only 50%. So you're closing only half the people, which means your homes closed is 1 per week. Now, the best person in my agency ever, closing rate was 70%. It was more like 68.9%. So I just round up to 70. Like in my years, the best person, and I think 70 is good. Just 70, you close 7 out of 10 homes you sit in. All right. All right. So you close on average 1 home per week. Your average apps per home, let's say you average like 1.1 app per home. Let's just do 1. Because you're happy to get 1 covered. But that's unrealistic. Let's just say 1.1. So now you're submitting 2 apps a week. Let's say you're you're not selling value, you're trying to sell the cheapest because you're scared to show value to the client. Let's say your average is $650 per week or per app. So that means you're submitting, based on these numbers, 1,045, 69 per week. Your placement rate, let's say it's 70% placement. Okay, so your premium place is 731.98 per week. And let's say your persistency is just, 70. 7 out of 10 keep their policies. So you're making $282 per week. So you're making about 13 grand a year, about 1,000 a month. Okay. Now you're not finding annuities. Okay, so let's put that to 0. Okay, so you're not making any annuity commissions because you're afraid about doing the green sheet with people, and you're afraid about doing ERS. So you don't do any ERS. Okay. So you're willing to work 48 weeks, but you're only willing to do $150 a week. And then your numbers are, below average. Okay. Your skill level is just going up. Well, as you ramp up, your total commission is $13,527.01. Okay. So look, let's be real. You are part-time. You're not even close to being really part-time. You are mega part-time, which, hey, $1,000 a month by running how many appointments? 3 sits. You book 5 appointments a week. So $1,000, you made $1,000 a month. Not a bad thing, but not a good thing either. Okay, so you're not eligible for any promotions. You're averaging about almost $3,000 you should pay per month. Okay, so this is what it is. Now, let's say you start plugging into hotspots, you're plugging into the system, you're getting around the people that are doing this thing, your attitude and mindset increases, you're acting into motivation instead of waiting to be motivated. And you commit to doing more. Maybe you're expanding your lead investment, okay? And you're willing to make $250 a week. Like Katie barred the door, I'm making $250 a week, come hell or high water. And let's say your contact ratio goes from 12% to 14%. Okay, remember, this improves because you've learned when to dial. You're not afraid to dial at 7:30 in the morning, okay? So your contact rate goes up by just 2%. Okay, your booking rate, let's say it goes up to 30% from 25. Your show ratio goes up to 70 from 65. Your closing ratio goes up 5%. Like, these are real numbers that as you track your numbers, you can incrementally increase. Right? So from 50 to 55%, you're learning to write more children's policies. Maybe you're writing a few more spouses. So now this goes to 1.3. Your average premium from $650, you're selling value now. You're selling more smart ULs. You're selling stuff that people want to keep long term. And your average premium goes up to the average of $800. Your placement rate is 75% instead of 70 because you're understanding underwriting way better and you're getting people to fess up what their real problems are health-wise. And then your persistency rate, because you personally deliver policies, you check in on the client, every 3 to 6 months after you sold it, and then every year thereafter, let's say it only goes up 5%. Look what happened. Your annual commission went up to $62,000 from $13,000. Do you see how incremental? We didn't go up by that much. We went 2% on the contact rate. We went up from 25 to 30% on the booking rate. And every just little 5, 2, 3, 4, 5% changes. Now your average premium per app is a serious increase. Okay, and that had a lot to do with it because now you are doing what we're teaching. If you're doing less than that, maybe you're in a bad area. Maybe you're in a very poor area and that's what it is, okay? But man, you start selling value instead of selling the price, that's going to go up to 800, all right? So it went from 13,000 to 62,000. Now you're more bold, and let's say out of every home you close, you think you can find 5 homes out of 100, 5% of the homes you close, do you think they're going to have an annuity? I mean, I have guys that are writing like every 12th home they close, they're finding an annuity. My guys in Phoenix, Paul Epstein, right? I mean, it's ridiculous to find 5 out of 100. You're gonna find more than that, but because you're implementing the green sheet process, because you're using the entire ATM, you're able to find annuities. They're out there. And the average annuity premium, that's 10 annuities per year. The average premium is about 50,000 face. Let's say you're on a 4% commission rate. I mean, the commission rates is higher than that, but I'm purposely making it low, lowballing it, okay, on a very minimal commission rate product. All right. So you add another $17,000 of annuity commission per year, and let's say you find 10% of the homes you close, you're going to find 1 referral from their ERS. So remember, you should get 10 ERS referrals per home closed. So so out of 10, do you think you can write 1? Out of 10 referrals, you can find 1 sale? We're really lowballing it here. Okay, so in 1 year, do you think you can find 19 referral sales? Out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ERS names, if you're going to get 10 per home, okay, 25 apps written based on 1.3 apps per home. That's a referral premium of 20,000 per year. You place 15. See, I put all these numbers through the same filter of the placement and persistency ratio, and then annual commission on referrals 6,000. Here's what I did not do. I did not do the referrals that you're going to get from the referrals. Okay, this is if you never did the ERS on these referrals, but you closed 19 sales, 19 homes. So that's another 190 ERS names, which should equate to, man, another 19 apps. So you see how it becomes iterative? Okay, but I didn't even include this, okay? And so at the end, you went from 13,000 to 86,000 a year. Do you see what you did? You got better. 13,000 to 86,000 a year just by small little increments in implementing the entire sales process. Now check this out. This is kind of where, this is a slam dunk. This is frosting on the cake. Because you're averaging $17,956.79 per month, that makes you eligible for a 75% promotion. Okay, so you do the same work and your results of your work doesn't change because it is the same thing, but let's amp this up. Instead of 55%, baby, you're at 75. Now watch this. 75, enter. Check this out. Now you're making $111,597.26. You are literally, by those small little increases in what you do in implementing our annuity program and our referral program, which costs that has no lead costs associated with it. Do you see how you went from 13,000 to 111,000 of income? And you're dialing 250 dials. Is that rocking, gang? I think it is. And this is the power of the spreadsheet. Now, you guys have access to this in the agent resource folder. So you can actually download this right now and have access to it. So it's powerful, isn't it? This is the power of our system. This really speaks to the power of the process. Remember, I'm a process guy. If you put your head down and implement the process, the results will happen. It's like Nick Saban doesn't focus on the national championship. He focuses on the process of blocking and tackling and having his players discipline themselves to his process, and the byproduct of his process should be a national championship or vying and contending for the national championship. That's this. This is the Lions process. And if you stick to the process and you become better, and that's what our program is about, self-improvement, starting out not that good, but getting around the people that are doing it, coming to functions, coming to hotspot meetings, being on the TWC with Andy Albright on the activity call on Fridays, being on our agency call. We're teaching you these things that you can get your numbers up here, and that becomes totally insane. Totally insane. I mean, okay, so I got a few more minutes. Let's have some fun. Okay, so you're willing to make those dials, but let's say your contact ratio, now you're getting a bunch of A leads. Let's just say you're just running A leads. Like I'm a little hesitant to say that, but the booking rate on A leads, like a lot of our top guys are getting 70% booking rate per contact on A leads. So let's say you go to a 70% booking rate because you're killing it, right? Total appointments booked, 25 per week. Okay, you're booking 25 appointments per week, baby. Your show rate, okay, and you did not change any of your numbers. All what you did here, the difference here now is that you invested in A leads and you're buying enough of them and your booking rate goes through the roof because you're buying fresher leads. You're willing to make the investment and it allows you to book 25 appointments per week. Now, our experienced people, truth be told, they aren't doing that because they're writing a lot, half their premium. If they're doing 50,000, 40,000, 50,000 a month, half that premium is coming off current clients because our top guys and gals have been with us 3-4 years. So every week they have new people to call, not new people, but their current clients to call to book appointments and write more business. So their lead mix is, it ends up what ends up happening is their A lead mix goes down, not up. But let's say you just want to ramp up. So let's say you're booking, however you do it, whether it's A leads, whether it's more current clients, whatever, you're booking 25 appointments per week because your booking rate goes up. And your skill level goes up. That's a big Bill Cook thing. But everything is the same, 70% show rate. You're closing only 55%. Okay, 1.3, 800 average premium. Your placement persistency rate's only average. $198,000 a year, and then because of all your activity level goes up on appointments. Okay, now typically our people are getting, like you talk to our top people, their annuity rate. Let's just take that up to 10% on annuities. 10% of the homes you close, you're going to find annuities in. Okay, and then let's just keep the referral rate to 10%. Actually, it'll be higher. Let's put 15. So this is really kind of a Brant Swindell, okay, Sarge Wilson. These are really their numbers. 312,000. Okay, now check this out. Somebody does this at the 105%. If you don't have an agency, you can't get to 105 just being a pure producer. So let's say it's 80% is the max you can get due to the tether rule. I'm not going to go into what that means. $327,000. Oh, man. And this is, most of the numbers are the same other than the appointments you book. The net effect is you go to 25 appointments booked per week, and you got better a little bit on finding annuities, and your referrals, you're implementing your referral system rocking, So now this is more of a model of what our top people are doing. Now, is this anything you can't do? No, this is everything you can do. This is all within your abilities by improving and being with us long enough. The people that do this have been with us 2-3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I mean, they continue to be with us. They continue to have an awesome lifestyle, right? They're running 25 appointments a week, which, maybe that's 30 hours, 35 hours, and they hired an admin person to help them. Okay. Now this is gross total commissions. So you take lead costs out of here, you take all the other costs, but they're still making a strong 300, 200, maybe it's 250, 275,000 a year net. All right. So anyway, let's see if anyone has any questions.
All participants are unmuted.
Does anyone have any questions out there? Maybe you're all stunned. Okay. Well, I'm going to... no questions. That's interesting.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Oh, my gosh. So, fun with numbers. But this is real stuff, gang. I know that these numbers are the numbers. These are what I've been dealing with and working with for 18 years. So anyway, gang, I hope this helped. I'm going to let you off early. And yeah. Oh, it's on our agent resources link. Why don't you email me, Greg, and I'll get it to you, okay? You're welcome. All right, man. Go forth and multiply. Like, seriously. So in order to do this, you need to track your numbers. Why do we pound you on activity reports? Because it forces you to track your numbers. You need to know what these are. Otherwise, you'll never be able to plan what you do and plan what you plan to expect, plan to what your expectations are based on what you really are experiencing. Over time, you're going to develop your ratios. You plug your ratios in here, and then you can track if you're getting better or worse. See how beautiful that is? It's kind of like when you go on a diet, you need to keep a food diary. You need to know what you're eating, what you're putting in the pie hole every minute of the day, so that you can discipline yourself not to grab that handful of pretzels, which equates to about 200 calories, right? But it's just a handful, Alex. And you just kind of pop it in, and then you pass by the snack bowl and grab another bag of chips, a small bag, the small bags you get from Sam's Club, and that's another 250 calories. Before you know it, you put 1,000 calories in your body that day by junk that is not a real meal. So you add another, 2,500 of real meals on top of the junk. You see why obesity, I'm talking to me, why obesity is a problem in the United States? Seriously. But if you keep a food diary, you know what's going in your mouth. It's like a budget. How can you put a budget together if you don't know how you're spending your money? How can you plan to make money in our business if you don't know what your ratios are? How do you know you don't have a problem? Well, you got to track. Gang. Seriously. This is serious stuff. This will pull you out of whatever hole you're in and get you to start experiencing the success that our top people are experiencing because they're doing this stuff, gang. Do what the successful people are doing and you will have the success they're having. How many of y'all want to be at an 80% contract level at $327,000 a year? Do you think $327,000 a year is going to change your life? Oh my gosh. Anyway, gang, rock on. I know this was a builder's call, but I just couldn't help but do this on this call. So we'll talk about building stuff. But check this out. Imagine you had a 10% override on this person. So that year you made $32,000 in overrides by helping this person do this. Okay, now how powerful is that? And if you had 10 people in with 32, now you're making 327 just on the overrides on those people. Okay, so that's my building part. So that's okay. So I finished the builder's call with a building concept. Find more people like this and help them do this. And man, your override income will go through the roof. So God bless you, man. Take care, buddy.
This session is no longer being recorded.